Players who are waiting for a good deal on the Murders at Karlov Manor do not need to wait long, because this product, it's already being reduced in price. It's already going down before the product even releases. Now, in today's video, we are going to be discussing these price drops and how it affects the product's performance going forward. When Wizards of the Coast doesn't follow a static set of rules that everyone understands, like manufacturer's suggested retail price, things can come back to bite you when you least expect it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. A reminder that if you enjoy today's content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bells, new content every day. And no, today we're not covering any of the spoilers from this amazing kind of fun looking set. I'll be honest, I like the look of it. We're talking more about that annoyance factor we talked about yesterday. Right now, if you start shopping around, you're going to see deals on this product, and it hasn't even released, okay? We don't even know all the spoiler cards yet, and already we're seeing what's considered price discounts. Now, are they really discounts? Are they really a savings when you actually look closely? No, they're not, and allow me to explain. I'm going to show you this first slide. This is the Magic the Gathering Murders at Karlov Manor Collector Booster Box, 12 packs, 180 cards, blah, blah, blah. Now, we can see here, it says 30% off, little red sticker there, 30% off. And then you can see there it was $324.99 or whatever on US prices, by the way, on Amazon. But let's face it, now it's at $228. $228 is what it should have been all along, and it looks like two things may have happened. Wizards of the Coast made them put it at a higher price point, just to see if it would sell any boxes, see how the customer appetite is, which of course it didn't really sell anything, I'll guarantee that. Or you see the new reduced price and they're trying to bring in that fake value savings, the strategy that says, hey, look, it's on discount, come buy me. Companies are famous for doing this stuff. I think it's kind of a combination of the two, in my opinion. It's kind of like wait and see, and they didn't want something to happen like we saw with Ravnica Remaster, where the boxes were too cheap. Okay, or at least we thought properly priced. They thought too cheap for the value inside those boxes, right? The value. It's all about the value. So you can see right there from that box price, I'll show you one more time, just to get a gander at it. That $228 is roughly what I would pay here in Canada, minus taxes and any import fees, but it's around the price I would expect to pay. So, if we go ahead to the second one here, the Murders at Karlov Manor, the play boosters, the amalgamation of set and draft into something entirely new and awesome that every player wants to get at a higher price point because it's like a set box with extra packs. And yes, I know I'm kvetching, I apologize, but that's how I feel about it. So we look at it and it says it's a 14% savings. 14%. Do you notice there isn't much of a difference in the price there compared to the real price? Interesting, right? Again, checking the appetite and a tighter margin of price for what they paid for it versus what they're going to sell it for. Very interesting to see how the company is taking off this way. Now, if you compare this against your local LGS, depending on where you are in the world, you'll notice some massive differences in price, but it gets worse from there. Now, if we popped over and checked out the TCGplayerwebsite.com, you would likely find the Murders at Karlov Manor sealed product sold out at this price range, but take a look at what we're talking about when we look at these prices. The Murders at Karlov Manor Play Booster Box displays for $129.99 US. The next image there says Magic the Gathering Murders at Karlov Manor Collector Booster Display, $219.81. That's still $10 less than what we've seen at Amazon. And of course, we also have the display cases of the collector boxes for $1,344.56 US. They all say that they're sold out. So they're not available. We can't buy them right now. But why were they so cheap? Why is this even happening to a product that hasn't released yet? Again, if we compared this against a local LGS, a store somewhere here in Toronto, even one of the big stores, this is face to face. They're not a tiny store, guys. Look at the prices that they have. Look how many they have in stock, and look at what we're talking about. The price structure is so radically different from what I just showed you on Amazon, and even more than what I just showed you on TCG Player. It really doesn't feel like there's anywhere near to an MSRP, does it? Now, we all know that Wizards of the Coast is still going to extract their pound of flesh. They got paid no matter what. So whatever internal MSRP Wizards of the Coast as a company has, they've already made their money. So that leaves whatever's left on the scraps, whatever's left. Those scraps are what the stores, Amazon, TCG Player, are selling. Now, TCG Player, I don't know if this is individual sellers. I have no idea. I took the image off. I started the video. So it could be an individual store liquidating boxes. I don't know. As a pre-sale to try to generate money. It could be TCG Player. I don't know. Do they sell direct boxes? I don't think they do. But if they did, that'd be a way they could be doing it as well. Either way, actually put that in the comments section so I know that for next time. That's a little bit of info I'd like to know. Teach the Moxman something. Educate me. But either way, when you see those kind of pricing structures on the products, and they're all kind of different by a fair margin in some cases, it really lets you know that without an MSRP, and yes, Wizards has their own, but without one that players can be aware of, it is very hard to judge what a product should be priced at. We all have our kind of internal feelings of where we think these things should be, but we're never really quite sure when you see a 30% off here or 20%. Well, there's a lot going on there even with those. When you see a box now drop on Amazon, you're always going to second guess it. And not just because it could be a resealed product with like fake cards in there. It really could just be, is that the real discount? Is it going to drop more? Should I wait? Because most players are going the singles route. And when you go and buy singles, you don't have to worry about these types of things as long as you're buying from reputable sellers, right? Same as your LGS. The difference with some of these prices, you know with your LGS, you're not getting scammed in the sense of the product will be sealed and won't be tampered with. There's a lot to be said about that, by the way. A lot to be said. I like to know that none of my stuff's been fiddled with. Whereas I have too many images now, too many emails, too many messages coming from players saying, I bought something on Amazon and it was like a pile of like opened packs and all the good cards were taken out. I know. It's horrible. It does happen. It happens more than it should. And I understand how upsetting that can be looking at those things, but it does happen. So what happens now to the players who are going to buy this product? How is the faith in this product supposed to go forward? We all know that the clue theme is not going off well with players. We know LGSs, we're kind of happy about play boosters, but I bet when I get replies to this later, I'm going to have quite a few disgruntled people when they see some of these prices being so cheap when they had to buy it at a certain markup from distribution, no matter where you are. US or Canada, you're paying a distributor to get it to your store. There's a middleman to be paid. So you got to pay your pound of flesh because they paid it already to Wizards of the Coast. Guys, it's kind of upsetting for everyone to see these types of things go on. These kind of almost bad faith marketing ideas from companies. Bad faith pricing. Trying to gouge for as much as they can. And for players who just love to play the game, it's even doubly so if you were one of those players who like to crack packs and find it very difficult to justify the prices. And even with these supposed price reductions, which you know as a player are not real reductions, because they match up and line up to previous product sales, it feels like they just tried to gouge some people ahead of time. Or tried to make sure the price didn't collapse before enough spoilers came out to get the product to the populace. I think we are in for like a lot of this. I think this is not the end. I think we're going to see a continuation of this type of salesmanship and marketing from these types of companies. I think they're afraid of not selling enough product. Wizards of the Coast is aware that players are more on the singles side of things now, and they've backed away from sealed product, which means stores are just ordering less. They have a lot that they have to compensate for right now, and these types of pricing structures and maneuvers that used to be favorable to the company are not going to play well with the players because we understand it now. And the fact that Wizards of the Coast doesn't give us like time served, like they don't understand that we know what that they're doing, and they still fail to treat the consumers with the respect they deserve and just come straight out and say, this is what we'd like to do. A lot of players would like that straightforwardness from a company like this at this time. And I don't think they're going to get it, but I can understand that sentiment and feeling from players, LGSs, and let's face it, pretty much everybody would love to see, other than maybe the higher ups, that we went back to an MSRP and had stores, Amazon, TCG Player, local LG, everyone know what they should be paying for the product, what the value that Wizards of the Coast has set on the product that everyone can take a look at. Either way, I want to know from you guys, are you buying this product? Are you one of the lucky ones who got some of this product really cheap? Are you an LGS who is now disgruntled and angry or maybe upset and frustrated? I'd love to hear those emails. If you don't want to put it in my comment section, send me an email. I've got emails out to my regular guys, so we'll see what they say in the next day or two. But this is something that I actually didn't anticipate with this product. I'll be honest. I thought after the stuff that happened with Ravnica Remastered, the price drop, then the price rise, that this time they would have kind of left it alone a little bit. I knew the price would come down. I knew that wasn't the 30% off I kind of knew was going to happen. I just didn't expect to see the price drop like it did for the Play Booster boxes on things like TCG Player. Threw me for a loop. Either way, thanks a lot for hanging out with me on the channel today. Drop some comments in the comment section. And of course, I will see you guys all tomorrow for another video. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Have a great day in the world of Magic, and always bring a friend to Magic. It's a great game. Big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of the channel showing that support each and every day. Because of those patrons, daily uploaded content is made possible. So a big shout out, a big thank you to every single one of you. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You made it to the end. We're rocking Megatron and Optimus Prime today. Coffee's almost done. My new work phone arrived. I wanted to share it with you guys. That's my new work phone. Look at the size of that brick. A 22,000 mAh battery, 1,000 lumen light right there that can like shine up the whole flipping sky. It's crazy stuff. Love it. Never need to charge it. It's still like 93% after a whole day at work, and I let Netflix run for 10 hours straight in the backdrop just to see what would happen. It moved at 7%. Crazy stuff. So, serious stuff. If they mark those play boosters at $129.99 US, which would be like, what, 160 bucks Canadian, it'd be a different ball game. This would be an entirely different conversation. Again, I like the look of the cards. They kind of bring me back to something that I remember as a kid, the big monsters and stuff like the Mole God. I love that stuff, guys. I love it. I can't help it. The big kid in me wants to play with these cards, okay? The price chases us away. Chases you away. It makes you go to singles only instead of the enjoyment of cracking packs. Yes, of course, packs will be open. But can you imagine if they just set the boxes at that price? Just bring back MSRP so we know what we're supposed to kind of be paying or where the company thinks the profit lines are going to be. I think they should do it. I know they won't, but I think they should. Either way, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. We can put Big Phone in the comment section. I know it's not the Necronomicon, but even it would have a hard time swallowing that brick. I'll see you guys. It weighs a pound, by the way. It's a pound. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon.